Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to another Let's Pixel video. So I got a lot of requests on what I should do for Let's Pixel videos, and one of the big ones that I got from people was how I do the backgrounds inside of Grain War. And let me tell you this, backgrounds are a little bit volatile. It's hard to guarantee that it's going to look good. So I will start this video, but we may or may not end up with a good looking background in the end. At least you will see the process that I go through to create my backgrounds inside of Grain War, because I do have a specific process and there might be a better way to do it, but this way works for me. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is come into the backgrounds. Now I have this background right here called BK Rock, and it is a width of 108 and a height of 50, which is literally randomly chosen. And here's a grass one that I was actually trying to create. So, but let's copy this background right here, and I'm gonna call this. Well, let's see. What type of a background do I want to do? Let's do BK. We could do grass. I don't know. I wish I could get some ideas from you guys, because I'm not sure what type of a background that you would like to do, but maybe we'll do a snow. Well, no, that's kind of a cop out. Most people think snow. I don't know. Maybe you think snow's hard, but let's go with grass. That's kind of a general one that people want to do. And I just realized that, yeah, I know, it's going to be mad at me because I've got the same name. So we'll just open up this grass one, which literally has nothing in it right now. You can see it's just green. And it's not a very good green either. So let's grab this green and let's make a new green with it. Let's fill that in. Okay, so in fact, I want to cut out even less of the saturation for this and make it a little lighter though. I don't know. This is gonna have to be put inside of a room so that we can see what it looks like. And that is one of the first things that you need to realize you're gonna have to do with backgrounds. I'm gonna create just a test room and go into backgrounds and then choose this background image for the grass. And that's a really critical thing that you need to do with the background. Room background. Okay, so let's put this right here for now. And let's open up our background again. Let's edit this background. Now we're going to want to do something that will loop correctly, right? It won't look weird. Like if we come in, what a lot of people try and do is they try and come in and they grab, where is it? This thing right here. They grab a lighter tone here and then they do this, right? They go, well, that's not what I was expecting to happen. Oh, and they do, is it this thing right here? That might be selecting a round image. Where's the spray can thing? Maybe they got rid of that. I don't know. Softness. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they have the same tools that they used to. But a lot of people get the spray can thing from like paint and spray it on, and it just looks bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and make this a little bit unique. So let's grab a lighter color, and we're going to start drawing some grass. And I don't know what this grass is going to look like. And I'm going to grab this. And because I don't like to waste time drawing tons and thousands of little pixels, I'll just copy this around inside of my background. And I'm okay with it like blocking up some other things. You want to be careful how you do that, but so that it doesn't look super weird. You can throw it in different places and copy it around. Kind of make this look a little wavy. Throw some off the edge. Clear off the edge right there. Like this. And then I get really lazy and I select even more, right? Copy this thing around because I mean you got to not waste time on this kind of stuff. It just, you could spend hours doing this stuff. Okay, that's not a good selection. I need a better selection. You still want to make it look good. Like, you don't want to just throw out crap. But you also don't want to spend forever on your grass. I mean, there are more important things than your grass, like your player. Let's throw this right there, maybe. I don't know. So this is probably not going to tile well. And the only way to know that is to press OK and come in here, and you can see in the grass there's like lines. You can almost see them when you zoom out, and it doesn't look super bad, but you can still see them. So the only way to fix that is to go in and try and kind of figure out where these lines are being created. So a lot of the problem is coming from these individual dots that I've got in it that I need to kind of fix. So I'm going to come in and fix some of these. The biggest problem is going to be on the ones that are cut off exactly in between, like these. Like these right here, they look like they should be finished. So I'm going to check and see what X position this is at. This is at 55X. Well, I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm going to find 55X position. I'm going to draw a line down. And that's this one right here. Then I'm going to draw a little bit for the other one that's next to it, and a little bit for the other one next to that. And what that does, and this one's at 50X, so come up here to 50X. Right here. I'll do that. And what that does is it makes it look like this grass right here that's being cut off comes up here, so it helps it loop better. It's really important that you have stuff like that in your game, or in your backgrounds, is that you check, does this look like it'll be coming off the screen? Well, yeah, this one's coming off the screen. This one's at 81, so come up here to 81. And that's, I want this here, not there. And look at this one right here. Well, that one's probably fine. But you just kind of want to find a few of them and make sure they loop well. Like this one especially. This one's at 14x. So come up here to 14x. Draw a line down. I might do this one too, actually, which is going to be right there. So that's going to help with how this looks. And I pressed OK on the room. But that's going to help with how well it tiles. And there's still some issues. You can see there's kind of a spot here that's kind of a circle, and that's causing some issues with the way that my grass tiles, this giant kind of circle. So I want to find that circle in my background, and it might be kind of tricky. It's not this time. I lucked out. It's an easy circle to find. So I'm just going to grab some of this grass right here and copy it right into this circle. Maybe copy some into this circle too right here. Like, that was an easy one to find. Sometimes they're kind of tricky, though. I don't know. Yeah. Let's I'm going to get rid of some of these individual ones because they just kind of throw the whole thing off the little dots. I don't need dots. This is grass. So throw it into a couple of the holes that you fill, the gaps that you might have. I don't even know how this is going to look in game. You've got to test this kind of stuff in game because it gets tricky. Like, I don't know. And you have to just test it because there's no way of knowing beforehand what it's going to look like in game. Not unless you're like, I don't know, super amazing, and I'm not. I'm not a graphic designer or anything like that. I'm just a pixel artist, game designer with a passion for art. I have always loved art, and I do a lot of real art outside of pixel art. Not that pixel art isn't real art, but I do a lot of like drawings and stuff like that as well. So I just happen to really like pixel art as well. I think it's really cool looking. And let's look at our room again. You just now we're getting somewhere. This is starting to look better. It tiles better. It looks more random and not like, I don't know, it doesn't look like tiles. So this is kind of what I start with in my games, is something like this. And my room actually is 640 by 360, so I'm going to change the dimensions to that. And I start out with something like this. So usually it doesn't have quite the contrast that this has, though. You can see this one right here is quite a bit softer, and that can help sometimes if you're having a hard time with how it tiles. So I'm going to grab this lighter color. I'm actually make it a little darker and use this special tool right here, which will change all of them to that. And I'm actually going to go a little darker than that and just take out some of the contrast in this, because we're going to be adding stuff to it that will make it stand out more, and this doesn't need to stand out a ton. Like maybe a little brighter than that. That's pretty dark, but we'll try that for now. Let's see. So I need to put, I can put the, what object is that? Object game globals. Sweet. So I'll put that object in here. Object game globals. And we can kind of run the game real quick and just see if this is even a good base to start with. I mean, is this... Oh. Except that I accidentally didn't switch rooms, so now it's just going to run my other room. Oh well. But that's such an important thing with backgrounds. You've got to check how it looks with the other things. So let's come back into here. Come back into my generic background. We'll move this in front of my first room. We'll hit run again and sit and wait for this to compile again, because, let's see, did I put that? Medium fire rock. Oh, I've got to add in some more stuff. So I wonder what my grass was going to look like in here. We'll see in a second. So not too shabby, actually. I'm kind of impressed. It's the camera zoomed out because I don't have the camera in this room, but that grass actually looks pretty good so far. So pat myself on the back for that one, and I'm really excited how this is turning out. So I'm going to take out this object, which is the player. And so let me show you some of the other stuff I've created, and let me actually... So I'm at, well, I'll just, how big is this? 320 by 180. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this right here. And we're going to call this BK dark grass patch center. Okay? Well, no, just dark grass patch. Okay? I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to grab this color right here, and I'm going to do a new image. And this new image, and that's a great size for an image, I guess. Well, actually, I might want it a little bigger. Let's do 128 by 128 for this new image. And I've got this color, the original color for my grass. I'm going to grab this square thing and choose this last one here. And I'm just going to draw these squares. And you're going to die that this is how I do this. But I'm drawing squares, and they're kind of planned a little bit, right? For the most part. They're not random. I can't say they're random squares because they're not. But I kind of try and make it look, I don't know, like a giant blob of squares, and I put quite a few in there, and I try and take out some distinguishing features, but that's basically it. Giant blob of squares. Then I come back into this background right here that we just created, and I strategically place these. Let's see, I switch to the tiles, and I strategically place these in the room. And you can put multiple ones on top of each other, and I would actually highly recommend it. If you hold shift, it actually draws them. So, dang it, man. Take off delete underlying. I would highly recommend taking off delete underlying. And these are very strategically placed. They're not random. I think about where I'm putting these. I try and pay attention design-wise to where I'm putting these. But you can see it adds a lot to the background when I put this in. Something that this background needs, it needs some more design to it at this point, because right now, don't I have delete underlining on? Okay. I need to hold control. If you hold control, it's a neat little trick. It won't grab the one under it, which GameMaker thinks I want to always grab the one. I know that functionality is important, but so, okay. And then usually I'll make like you can see, these are some of my other ones that I did, but usually I'll also make, like, I'll duplicate this sprite, and what did I call the other ones? I want to kind of keep my naming conventions similar. Just another patch. So dark grass patch two. Yeah. So, and then I'll come into here, and I will grab this color. I'll select this whole thing, just delete it. And then I like to do some that are like smaller, like they've got a smaller one and a bigger one, like this. And this works out really nicely if you can kind of copy that and have a couple that are mirrored. So you can do the same one, and you can see I've done it down here. I've got this one that goes that direction, and then I've got this one that goes up and down. They're kind of just two boxes, and you'd be surprised how useful that is when you're creating a background. But okay, so we've got this so far, and I'm going to put a couple of these in as well, and make sure that you turn off delete underlining again. I guess you have to turn that off again, because these are going to be useful to add just a little bit of variety to it. You place them in the right spot. Even throw, well, yeah, I don't know about this last one. We'll go there. I'm kind of curious to see, I'm going to use some of my other ones. It's not cheating, I promise. I've just, you guys don't really need to see me do these. So that does not work in this level at all, and you can see that. It just doesn't. The colors don't work. It's just, that tile's not going to work at all. Neither does this one. So each tile has to be kind of specifically set for this level. I wonder what my grass is going to do if I were to use some of this grass. Dang it, come on. Yeah, I would have to make new thick grass for this too. Just because it has to be kind of specific to the level. But if you look at my current level, you can see where I've done this. I started out, put some dark patches in, then I made some grass that looked good with it, threw that in. And then a lot of the other stuff that I've thrown in as actual objects, that I've made sprites for. So now the last part of this, you're gonna die because of how I do it, but that's okay. It's kind of funny. So I'm gonna duplicate this one. We're going to call this BK Dark Dirt. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab this color. And I want a brown that's similar to this color. So I'm going to come over here, find a brown. Is it lighter? Let's see. Let's see how that looks inside of here. No, I'm actually going to make it a little bit green, like a greenish brown. Nope, not that either. Is this other brown going to work? It's not. It's not going to work. Well, here's what we'll do. So I'm just going to delete this for now. And I'm going to duplicate this. And we're going to call this BK Dark Grass. And we're going to copy this color right here. Come into our dark grass. Wherever it is. Here. And we're going to make this brighter. It's going to be a lighter color. And then we're going to color this like that. That might be a little too bright. I have a tendency to go extreme sometimes. Okay. And then we're going to come back into our background. And we're going to place some of these dark grass in the level. Uncheck delete underlining. We're going to turn our snap way down to like 4, I think, is a good one. And come on, really? I gotta hold control. And I'm going to place these around in different spots. And none of this is random. I don't place these in random spots. I kind of look at it and think, where would some grass look good? Grass kind of has a tendency to grow in patches, right? Because if ground's good for it, it kind of grows around itself. So you get these kind of patches of grass that come up, and this is a little too perfect right there. I want to randomize that a bit. And then it kind of branches off. It starts to branch off, and then it's kind of gone out of that patch. So it's kind of important to kind of think about think like the grass. Not really, but that's kind of honestly kind of what you want to think about how grass works in real life, right? I mean, it tends to grow next to more grass. You don't ever find like one blade of grass in a spot and just no more, right? It's patches. So then I come in and do this, doctor up the grass a bit. And I'm probably going to put some in this spot here too, just because I like it there. And some right here. you want to make sure the level feels balanced. So like I've got, like right now there's a giant imbalance because there's no tall grass up here, right? So I'm going to put some like right here. And I'm going to put some that comes up here maybe. And some right here. I have to move some of this so it's not right on top of the other ones, but like that. And this is literally what I do to build my backgrounds. Now, I personally feel like there needs to be some dirt in this level and not just all grass. Even though it is majority grass, I want some dirt. So I'm going to do something a little bit more custom here. I'm going to grab this right here. Well, let me think for a second. Not that. Delete that. Get out of my life. Okay. I'm going to grab this here. And we're going to call this BK Dark Dirt. We're going to try this again. I was trying before. I'm going to edit this. I grab this color. Make it just a little darker. Make it kind of a brown color. Fill it in. And then what I'm going to do is get an even darker color. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to think, what might some dirt look like? Well, I'm going to draw some lines. I don't know. Maybe it's got a darker patch right here. Like this. My style kind of has more straight lines, so I'm not really going to do anything curvy. Just because that's the style that I'm doing. It doesn't have anything to do with how you should do it, but you know, kind of maybe some alien dirt. Maybe alien dirt is all lined like this and has some nice, interesting, weird patches. I don't know. But I'm going to do that anyways. Like this. Create some interesting lines. Then I'm actually going to wand this one. Where's the wand? I just hit W. Grab my wand, hold shift so I can select these two as well. Copy it and paste it. And here comes Lazy Ben again to the rescue. I'm going to throw some of these in like this. Or if I can, it'd be nice if I could mirror it. Oh, I know what I do. So transform, mirror the image. Then you've got a mirrored version of your copy here. And I'm probably going to select, delete some of this, like that. Delete some different sections here just to make it feel different. Okay. And let's see what that looks like in game. I mean, I'm literally just, you build the background by experimenting with different things. So tiles. Oh man, I always do that. Turn off, delete underlining. Oh, come on. Okay, so you can see that kind of goes under the other tiles, which is a problem. So we're going to create a new layer. And we'll just subtract the 0 from there, I guess. That's going to be on top of everything, so. That is very interesting what I have created here. It's definitely new. Whatever. It kind of looks cool. Not sure how I feel about it yet. I need like smaller ones. That's too much. Well, what is it? What is it about this? Well, let's see. It's too dark. I feel like the dirt needs to be a lighter color than the grass. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to change. We can go from there. So let's come back in. Transform image intensity. And let's lighten this thing up. Actually take some saturation out too. Why not? Okay. That might be way too light. Once again, like I said, I have a tendency to be a little extreme. Yeah. Like this giant white patch in my level now. Perfect. So let's just darken it manually. Transform image outline. I want to outline it too, actually, which I normally don't do. Image outline. I'm going to outline it with the darker color. Wow, that's interesting. Image outline. There we go. My outline wasn't working. It's weird, huh? And that's not the color you want to outline with. I want to outline with the dark color. There we go. And let's make it darker, like we said we would. And make the other one darker. That's not what I meant to do. Make the other one darker, like this. Whoa, how did it? That was almost the exact same color. Oh, come on. Come on. Darker. There we go. There we go. A little bit lighter. And we're getting close. Let's see what it looks like in game. I don't know. This might... I might completely not do this dirt. I really want some dirt in there, but it's just not looking good right now. Let me think. It needs to be just one solid color. And I've just got to get the right color, and then it'll look good. And I'm thinking this darker color might be a pretty good color, so let's try it. Go with it. Okay. It needs to fill more a part of the grass. And after I get this done, we're going to be done because I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's grab the square thing again and bring this more into the grass. I'm going to integrate it vertically with the grass. Like this. It's looking pretty good. I feel like it needs that outline still. But the outline that's it. It's the darker outline and then nothing else. Just like this. I mean, unless I know what I could do. I could do some little teeny squares like this. That are not so perfectly positioned. I don't know how I managed that. Holy cow, come on, let's get a little random here. I don't know how I managed to make those look so well positioned, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, so I've got some little specks. I'm going to wand those with shift and copy them around in here a little bit. I don't like to spend a lot of time doing this type of thing, so that is why I copy stuff. I mean, I want my backgrounds to look amazing, and so I do spend a lot of time trying to perfect them. But I don't spend a lot of time trying to build them because, I mean, you can spend forever doing this type of thing. Literally. I have. And I kind of am right now. This is going to be a little longer video, but I want you to see the process. And I'm sure you want to see the process too. How do I make those backgrounds? And I don't like that, so we're going to go back to where we started real fast and take these out. Well, most of them. Maybe I'll leave a few in. I take most of them out. It's too much like a leopard or something. This is how you make a leopard skin background. Yeah, not happening. Okay. That I can survive with. We'll see what that looks like in game. Okay, well, let's start adding some objects. Well, no, let me show you the last part. Let me get rid of that dirt. We're gonna pretend like the dirt never happened because it honestly just does not look that good. So come back in, switch to the layer we created, get rid of the dirt, and yeah, we'll pretend like the dirt never happened. I might figure out dirt later. Now what we're gonna do, now this is the part that you're gonna be like, Ben, you're crazy. Why the heck are you doing that? But whatever. There's probably a better way to do this. But for me, this works great. And you're going to laugh at what I do. So, some of this might not work too well because this screen recorder doesn't record the software I use to do this. But I use paint.net for this. So I just hit shift print screen to take a picture of this image, right? And then I open up paint.net. You can download this software for free. I would highly recommend it. It's even great for pixel art, but for some reason I can't record using it. So, you know, I mean, whatever. So my room is 640 by 360. And I'm going to keep canvas size and copy this image into paint.net. The background that we created with GameMaker. Make sure it lines up perfectly so I don't have any edges. File. Save as. Is this like blurred? Okay, it's not. I want to make sure it's not. File. Save as. Desktop. Background. Grass. I don't know. PNG. Background grass.png. Press OK. Once it's done saving, close out of it. Then in GameMaker, I'm going to add a new background. I'm going to load a background, desktop, and I'm going to grab this background right here. Now, why do I do that? Well, because I can use the GameMaker room editor to create a pretty nice background, and then BK Arena Grass. And then I can save computer processing power by not having to worry about all those tiles. And also, mainly the biggest reason is because these tiles become a real pain when you want to add new tiles in or stuff like that. So it's a lot of junk that you don't need. So we'll delete those. No, I almost deleted the wrong room. We'll delete that. I'm going to duplicate the room test. Duplicate, drag it up, and then I'm going to get rid of all of these objects. Right? All of these objects are gone. I think that's most of them. It's really hard to get some of the grass. I'll probably see it when I I have grass objects, so I'll probably see it when I add in the new tile. Then I grab the new background, BK Grass Arena, which is clear down here at the bottom of my list. Here. And I go into tiles. And we'll want to get rid of these tiles that I have. And you can see I've still got some objects that I missed, which I knew I was going to have them, but that's okay. And then I will actually go in and add new tiles again for stuff like rocks. I can throw some rocks in here. Dang it, there's still an object there. And I'll throw in stuff like, I've got these rock combinations that are really nice. Kind of wish I probably need to put these backgrounds inside of folders, then I could cycle through them faster. It's kind of my own fault that I have to spend forever on them. We'll come back into objects, get rid of that object I don't want, and put in some objects I do want, like the famous boulder that everyone loves. You gotta have that boulder right there. I'll put some trees in here. I wonder what my other trees are gonna look like in here. You never know what stuff's gonna look like. You just kind of have to go with it. Put stuff in and see. And probably I wouldn't have this many trees normally in this level because it's more of like a plains type level, I guess you could say. Not really a tree type level. But just for the sake of this example, I'm kind of showing you how I build my levels. And then I don't remember how this stick might look really good in here. I have a stick that I drew. And I got this giant rock landmark that could possibly look good somewhere over here. And what else do I have? Got a lot of fun stuff. The vine plant. Love the vine plant. And then after I do this, a lot of the other stuff would be level design. Like I'd throw the solid in, drag it over, so I've got kind of a good base for where the player can go. And I don't have to worry about the player going places that I don't want him to go. Like right here. I would probably do something like this. Not like that, but so you get the idea. That's kind of the process I go through. Let me actually run the game just to see what it looks like real quick with the new background. And the process takes a while. It takes longer than normal sprite work, but it's a huge background. But I still feel like this is pretty fast. Like I've got a decent background, a decent environment. You'll have to do the trees and stuff separately, but this background looks pretty good, right? It looks kind of like a hand-drawn background without having to be completely hand-drawn, like go through and pixel all of this. That's kind of the process that I go through, and I'll probably actually keep this background in the game. I won't have these trees because they're more like jungle type trees, and this is like plains type grass, so they don't really fit. But you get the picture. This is how I do my backgrounds. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you and that you learned from it. You'll be happy to know that I spent almost all day recording the video for my Kickstarter for the Game Maker development book. I've actually been reading, there's a couple other books that I found online for Game Maker language, and I've been reading those, and so far they don't have quite what I'm looking for. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're good books, and the authors did a great job, but they just don't have what I'm looking for. And so I guess I need to create what I'm looking for. I need to build it myself because nobody else has done it. So look forward to that video. Like this video and share it with your friends, and I will talk to you guys later.